All right, we're back for page 10. Hello, everybody. So that was page 9. What I've done is I've actually sewn my little things into my little book, and I have redone the first 3 pages like I said I was going to, and what I've done is cut the bit out that I really liked. So that was page 1. This was the French knot page, so I've just cut out a little bit and then just added some embellishments. And I love this so much more. So the weaving, I haven't done total weaving. I've just woven a bit of the background with some of this fabric and the buttons. Okay, so we're up to page 10, and Anne said it's a heart, a little heart. Well, the interesting thing is that I had already put my heart in it, my Paris heart, but that's okay. We'll do another one. No problems. And I was checking also, just before I do that, I was also checking that this still fitted, and it does, I think it still does. Anyway, what I've done is cut, this is the back my normal little page. Now, I already had a heart, so I didn't worry too much about this. And Anne had made a little quilt, cut one out of a little quilted thing. And I just was mucking around with the pinking shears, and I'd cut this, and I was putting this on, and I cut out a little wonky heart because, you know, we're not perfect, and that's fine, and it's doubled up. And I just actually put it on here, and I went, oh, I love it. Like, this is what I'm looking at a bit. I've been trying to fill up all the spaces, and it's like, less is more, Christina. so this is what I've got to. I should have my threads and my needles here. I don't. I'll be back in a sec. And I'm back. Need scissors. Need heart buttons. Aren't they cute? These little wooden buttons off eBay. I just love them. I'll put a link below because I love them. They're so much fun. I've got different thingies. Just in case I need that. This is how far I got last night sewing on this, and I'll be doing a bit more to that. I don't even know. I think it's just going to be a slip your documents in or something type of thing. Anyway, that's for another day. Right, been using this. Right, there's 3 there. How is everyone? Hope you're all well. Hopefully you're all... Oh, I was talking to someone this morning, so I didn't finish my sentence then, but I was going to say hopefully you're all doing okay. I went to my hand therapist this morning. I still have my little thummy thing on that stops me from bending it, but it's impossible to do anything, so I just have to keep on keeping on, basically. I was just saying how absolutely grateful I am that we did such a hard lockdown here in Melbourne, that now we've had no cases of COVID for 39 days, or 40 days today probably. And so I'm feeling for all the people everywhere else in the world that are just constantly facing the fear of the whole thing, you know, because this isn't to say we won't have a 3rd wave, because people are stupid and people do silly things, and there's a lot of flights now coming into Australia from overseas. I think this is going to be another one for my blooper reel 2 hours later. It's ridiculous. So yes, I am actually feeling for all the people around the world that having to still do the COVID lockdown and maybe not able to see. Right, I'm just going to use this one that's just got 1 thread. Oh, my patience, honestly. Do I don't even have any. Oh, even that's fraying. Oh. Right, got it. I wanted to use green, but I'm just not. So yes, I am grateful that we did a hard lockdown, and also just feeling for all the people that have had the whole, who might miss out on seeing people at Christmas. You know, that's, look, I did it again. How good is it? Once you get something, that's it, isn't it? Once you get something, you're good to go. How good is it? I might start with the button in the middle and work out from there. How does that sound? I love these. I just love these because they're all different colours, so you can put in whatever you like. Let's see if we can find a Christmassy one. That's a bit Christmassy. Oh, I like that. Oh no, I like that one better. Just nice and subtle. It's got little they're like sunflowers, but they're not real yellow. Can you get other colour sunflowers? You probably can. I think you can get black ones. Can you or not? Did I just make that up? Maybe I did. The only trouble with this is I can't see how to get that through. There it is. Yes, so my my uncle, who was very sick, and I've mentioned him in a previous video, and I did get to see him. He did pass away, and they had a service, but his wife had to watch it from home because she's they're in their late 80s or 90s or something. So she had to watch the actual funeral service from home, but my cousin sat with her through the day. So that was sad. It was sad that, couldn't be a normal seeing off or funeral, but she was with him when he passed, so that's nice. Sorry, that was really not actually, that wasn't great news to just put on. Gosh, sorry about that. But some people who've been watching my channel for a little while would know that story and would probably have wanted to know how it turned out in the end. So my Uncle Colin, was my dad's brother, and I've mentioned that when I went to Paris a couple of, 3 years ago, I didn't need to, but I popped over to see him in England, to see him because I had the awareness that it could very well be the last time I could see him. Right, I think that'll be nice with that, won't it? All right, now I think if I'm going to use one of these needles, I realised the other day when I was watching, oh my goodness, what is her name? Ariani, I think it is. I'm going to write it. No, I will be back. Ariane Zersha is her name. And on the other hand, because she's left-handed, a lefty, and like, Rachel and I, we like to watch our lefties because it makes more sense. Well, actually, is that the truth? It may not be the truth because we are actually so used to watching right-handed people do it that it's just automatic for us to just flip it in our heads. But sometimes that's hard. Did anyone ever go, when you used to do aerobics or something like that? Did anyone ever do that where you were standing in the front of the person and they were doing the exercise and you had to mentally try and get your brain to switch around the directions so that you could do it because you were facing them and they were doing the opposite arm, etc. Do you know what I mean? Like doing the opposite hand, arm, leg movement in your aerobics class back in the day. God, I couldn't do that now. How would you make that? Gosh, just trying to picture doing an aerobics class now. Maybe some days. Sorry, I had chocolate, so I'm like going 100 miles an hour now. Can't even remember why I talked about Ariane then. Ariane, not Ariane. She's not French. Or maybe she is, who knows. Anyway, back to this heart stitching. I have no idea what my brain just did. It just went 1,000 miles an hour from one thing to the other. But I'm happy. I woke up this morning and so some people may or may not know, I have been a kinesiologist and, you know, in that sort of, those sort of circles where I've taken classes and done Reiki and all of those sorts of things, all those sort of healing modalities. And I haven't done anything for 2 years because I've been doing art, but also I needed, you know, the way the world is, we've all had to go inward, but because I had to have surgery and I was sick, I just needed a time out, I think, for myself, and I wasn't sure that I had anything to give anyone. And I think if you're doing that sort of work, you have to be quite in the right space to do all of that stuff, because you have to be there for people, you have to be able to show up for people, and you have to be able to help facilitate them through whatever they're going through. But if you're needing your own healing journey, that's not always possible. Anyway, the point of that story, obviously I'm full of stories today, the point of that story is that I woke up this morning and I sat up and I opened my iPad and I started writing a class, and I went, oh my goodness, that is amazing. Where did that come from? But it doesn't matter. It's just part of the whole creative journey. So I think I'm going to finish writing that later today and go around and do a few of those classes, which I haven't done for quite a long time. And always it's about the authentic self, of course, and I'm a bit excited to get around and do that class, especially places that I've done classes before, like regional Victoria and New South Wales, and just really catch up with some people I haven't seen for a long time as well. So yeah, how exciting. Can't believe it. It's quite amazing. Doesn't mean I'll stop doing this. I love this. But I might add a few, I don't know, is anyone interested? I might add a few like road trippy type of videos. I know Susan added a few walk in the forest chat type of things and said she was a bit disappointed that people just stopped subscribing because all they wanted was junk journal stuff. And I think that's, you know, that's all of our choice, isn't it, really? It is our choice to do that sort of stuff. I know I've subscribed to a lot of people, and I think everyone has value for what they're offering, and if they change their tack, well, they just do. How pretty is that? What else does this need, though? Now, I'm aware that I haven't got to the dark part of the thread. Oh, I'm just loving how I've simplified a lot of it. Like I was saying earlier, like that's gone wonky. Does that matter? Right, no more self-doubting, and get on with it and do some nice things. I'm going to do some French knots. Oh, you know what I want to do? I'm just going to cover that whole background with French knots. I could be here for days. Right, I'll do a few and then I'll stop talking for starters. And I'll maybe do a bit sped up. Or just a little row all the way around. How's that? That's nice, isn't it? Okay. Pretty. Just want to pretty things up. Alright, so you get the idea. As soon as I started sewing, I stopped talking and went into the zone. How good is that? Okay, I'm going to keep doing that and go round, and I'll come back at the end a bit later, I guess, when I've gone full circle round. It feels like going full circle round my own life 2 years ago, what I was doing to what I'm doing now, and then going back and running a class again. That feels pretty full circle to me, with much learning in between. Okay, all right, I've gone around in French knots, and I have started to put this onto the back, and I'm just using just a normal cotton. Throw it away, why don't you? Polyester, sorry, it's not even cotton. And using a very tiny needle, tiny for me. I've seen smaller, but it's tiny for me. And just getting this back bit on here. And how I have done this is to cast off on this side, and then just get that thread. It's got stuck. There it is. Just run the thread inside. And pull it tight, cut it so then it goes, it's inside. I'm not sure if I like that bit flapping around. So you know, that's what I'm going to do. Pinking shears. I don't know if they're called that anymore. Are they called that? You can just sort of see it there, can't you? It doesn't need to be sewn down anymore. Alright, well that's page 10. Nothing more to say. Said it all. Oh, no, is it page 10? That must be page 11. What am I talking about? That was page 10. Page 11. Did I say page 10 the whole time? Probably. Page 11. And then next page is the bling page. All right, I'll see you next time. Oh, all these threads. Yes, see you next time for the very last page of this little cute book. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.